AAD SACH. In the beginning it was permanent truth. At the beginning of time, JUGAAD SACH, it was permanent truth. Hai bhi sach. Now, hai bhi. This very moment, right here, right now, it's perfect. It's true. Hai bhi sach. Within this time, within this creation, it remains as it always was. It wasn't any different at the beginning of creation, and it's not any different now. It just is. It's there. So what we're talking about has no dependence on this universe. Nanak hosi bhi sach. It will be hosi bhi sach. Nanak says, it will always be that permanent truth. It will forever remain true, and it will remain unchanging. This is the interesting word. It's unchanging. As the universe changes, the ik doesn't change. The oneness cannot change. Hosi bhi sach. It remains permanently unchanging. Yeah, let's move away from this word truth. It's more than truth. It's permanently truth. It's unchanging truth. Even if the universe is destroyed, it will not be destroyed. So here Guru Nanak Dev Ji is starting to introduce the relationship between oneness and time. But it mentions 4 types of time. AAD is beyond time, before time itself. What is time? If we look at time, time is related to this universe. Our notion of time only begins when this universe began. Yeah? Our notion of time only begins when this universe begins. We can only measure our time based on how old we think the universe is. Jugaad is about the beginning of whatever we understand to be creation. Yeah? There's no specific idea here that which creation we're talking about. It's just since the beginning of something, the jugs. So time is limited, our understanding of time is limited to this creation. Hai bhi sach. Yeah? So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is introducing time. Jugaad, beginning, past, present, hai bhi, future, hosi. But AAD is something before that. AAD is something beyond time. But so there are 3 states of time that we're all aware of. Past, present, future. Guru Nanak includes all of those, and the one beyond time. So we're not what we're talking about is not limited to this universe. But time is false. Time is limited to this universe. And Sukhmani Sahib says that there have been many universes. This is not the first time this universe has happened. And some people believe that the jugs actually are talking about a pre-universe. Yeah? Sukhmani Sahib says, Kai bar pasreo pasar. Many times this expanse has expanded. Sada sada ik ekankar. But the ik is sada sada. That ekankar is forever. Sukhmani Sahib, yeah? So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is introducing this concept of time now. Now I want to end with Nanak. There are 3 different spellings of Nanak. So which one is this? And what do they mean? Yeah, the Gurus are very specific. They don't do anything. There's not a single vowel, not a single letter that's out of place. That's not a single thing that doesn't have a meaning. It's trying to tell you something. So let's go through these and then we'll come to an end. This is how it's spelled. Nanak hosi bhi sach. Here, we will say that this is mukta. Yeah? It doesn't have an ankar, doesn't have a sihari, it's free. This Nanak means Nanak talking about himself in the third person. Nanak says. It's like if I were to say everything Satpal says. Like I'm talking about myself like I'm a separate person. Yeah? So it's called talking about yourself in the third person, referring to yourself. So this is by far the most prominent one that we see in Gurbani. Kahe Nanak. Nanak says. So it's interesting because Guru Nanak doesn't even associate with himself. He's not saying I say. Because if it says I say, come and worship me. I'm the authority. He's referring to himself almost as though he doesn't exist. Yeah? But in other places, it does say, Mere man, oh me, oh mind. Yeah? So there are lots of places where obviously it's referring to itself, but we can use that. We can use that. When we're reciting that, we're talking to ourselves. Yeah? So this first spelling of Nanak is Nanak talking about himself in the third person. It's from the third person perspective. Nanak says. The second spelling with an ankar is the Guru referring to themselves as Nanak in the present tense. It's present tense. Yeah? Guru referring to themselves as Nanak in the present tense. So all the Gurus which have, they're almost talking to themselves or about themselves. Yeah? So in Japji Sahib we have a line, Nanak neech kahe vichar. Yeah? That's saying that the person Nanak, this person Nanak is neech, is low. Yeah? And this is the vichar that I'm saying. So it's referring to themselves. So when the Guru is telling the reader about himself in the present tense, then he refers this. Yeah? Then he uses this spelling. And you'll see that a few times in Gurbani as well. The other reason that this spelling is used is if they're talking about the first Guru. Remember, with an ankar, it's a noun. Yeah, it's a name. So, either the Gurus who call themselves Nanak are talking about themselves now, or they're talking about the first Guru. And we see a Shabad, Sabte Vada Satguru Nanak. This has an ankar. This is saying of all the Gurus, the greatest was Nanak. That's actually talking about the person, Guru Nanak, the first Guru. When you have other people, Patani Bani, who are singing praises of the Gurus, they'll refer to Nanak with an ankar. Yeah? They're referring to that person. Yeah? Nanak tu, lena tu hi, Gur Amar tu vicharya. Yeah? You are known as Nanak. You are. Yeah? So this is Nanak referring to himself or somebody referring to the first Guru. The third one is even more tricky and doesn't appear very many times at all. It's the Gurus referring to themselves as Nanak in the past tense. So here we might say, Nanak has done this, or Nanak did this. You do it in the past tense. Nanak has. Nanak has seen this. Nanak has done this. Yeah? Referring to Nanak in the past tense. So it's any Guru referring to themselves as Nanak in the past tense. So now we understand Nanak hosi pi sach. It's not saying Nanak is true. Yeah? Otherwise he would have to be with this. Nanak will be true. Yeah? And it can't be this because hosi bhi is in the future and this is in the past. With a sihari, it's in the past. So it's Nanak says. Nanak says, Nanak, hosi bhi sach. It will be true. And this is going to be very important when we come across any shabads actually. Then you start seeing where these words fit in and where the translations sometimes make mistakes. So we should be very appreciative of the translations because they're a great starting point. But when you understand some of these rules, you'll see where the translations have not followed these rules. Yeah? AAD Sach, Jugaad Sach, hai bhi sach, Nanak, hosi bhi sach. It's a good place to stop, I think. Thank you very much. See you all next week. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.